Hi, my name is Missy, and welcome to Miss Personal Finance, where we get personal about our finances. I take my daughter, Millie, on a journey through my past financial pitfalls in hopes of teaching her better financial habits as our family works toward a future of financial independence.
Let's talk about budgeting. A budget is a financial plan that provides an outline for your money. In my experience, few folks create a budget prior to receiving money, such as a paycheck or bonus, and for those who do create a budget in advance, many do not adhere to it. Studies show an average of 30% of Americans don't have a budget at all. If you follow financial personality Dave Ramsey, you may have heard of assigning a job to every dollar. This is a very important concept because I'm sure we've all experienced having extra money in our budget, and in a blink of an eye, it's all gone, and we barely remember what we spent it on. I notice when I say the word budget, some people automatically think of restriction and no fun, to which I tell them creating a budget is the exact opposite. It provides you the freedom of spending without fear of that money having to go towards something else. If you want to have money for dining out and shopping, just include it in your budget beforehand so you are aware of how much you can afford to spend in each category. You can create a handwritten budget on paper or digitally on a computer or iPad, whichever works best for you. Either way, it gives you an overall view of what lies ahead so you can better anticipate adjustments to your budget. For example, upcoming holidays, birthdays, or items that will have a financial impact on your budget for that period. Something as simple as one month having 5 weeks instead of four, which translates to an additional week of expenses, can throw you off. Budgeting allows you to anticipate these expenses, plan ahead, and not to be caught off guard. Creating and sticking to a budget is easy when you have enough money and you've just been allocating it improperly. All you would need to do is reallocate those funds to categories that better align with your financial goals, as in taking the $200 you would have spent on buying new sneakers and sending it to your emergency fund savings instead. But what happens when you're broke? When your expenses exceed the amount of expected cash flow for the pay period? To be honest, there is no magic answer or get rich quick scheme. It will take a lot of self discipline and sacrifice to dig yourself out of the hole. The good news is that it is possible. First, you want to get current on essential bills and expenses such as food, shelter, and utilities. This may mean drastically reducing current expenses temporarily until you have enough to catch up, or even taking up a second job or side hustle for the time being to make ends meet. Once you become current on all bills, you can begin. Here are some tips. Number one, write your budget down. This can be digitally or handwritten. Your budget should not be kept solely in your head. Number two, start with your total cash inflow. This includes all forms of income such as paychecks, refunds, and amounts pulled from savings. Number three, pay yourself first. This means contributing to increasing your assets such as savings and investments. Number four, account for all expenses. This includes housing, bills, debt payments, and any other miscellaneous expenses. Number five, assign a job for every dollar. With any remaining funds assigned to additional debt payments, savings, or another financial goal. I used to be very good at creating budgets but never sticking to them. I have been creating a personal budget for over a decade. I would spend the time making it look nice, but never actually following the budget or checking in regularly to see if I was on track. I also did not create any financial goals. So I was one of those folks who would allocate money to savings and not know exactly what I was saving for. Now I contribute to an emergency fund and several individual sinking funds as part of my budget. Create and stick to a budget even when you have very little money. Building the habit and consistency will be crucial when you begin receiving larger amounts.
Thank you for joining us today. Hopefully, you can learn from my experiences and build a strong personal finance foundation. Don't forget, financial knowledge is power.
See you next time. Bye bye.